Imagine buying a forgotten piece of land in rural Michigan, expecting nothing more than an old, crumbling structure. But beneath the weathered wooden floor lies a mystery that has remained untouched for over a century. What would you find? A hidden treasure? Lost family heirlooms? A secret tunnel? Or perhaps something that completely changes the story of the property itself? Today, we're exploring the fascinating discovery of a 100-year-old Michigan ice house and uncovering what was hidden beneath it. The discovery amazed historians, archaeologists, and local residents alike, offering a rare glimpse into everyday American life before electricity transformed the world. Let's step back in time and uncover this forgotten piece of history. Before refrigerators existed, keeping food fresh was one of life's greatest challenges. During the 1800s and early 1900s, families relied on ice houses, simple but incredibly effective buildings designed to store enormous blocks of natural ice harvested from frozen lakes every winter. Workers cut massive blocks of ice using long saws, loaded them onto sleds pulled by horses, and transported them to specially constructed storage buildings. These structures were packed with thick layers of sawdust, which acted as a natural insulator and kept the ice frozen throughout the hottest months of summer. Ice houses were essential for preserving meat, milk, vegetables, butter, and even medicine. They played a vital role in everyday life, especially in northern states like Michigan, where harsh winters made large-scale ice harvesting possible. Although thousands of these buildings once dotted the landscape, only a handful have survived to the present day. One particular ice house stood abandoned for decades on a quiet piece of Michigan farmland. Time had slowly taken its toll. Its wooden walls leaned with age. The roof sagged under years of harsh winters, and vines climbed over the weathered exterior. Most people assumed the building had long outlived its usefulness and contained nothing of value. When new owners purchased the property, they initially considered tearing the old structure down. But something about the building sparked their curiosity. Old family photographs suggested it had once been an important part of the community. Rather than demolishing it immediately, they decided to investigate. That simple decision would lead to an extraordinary discovery hidden beneath the floorboards. As workers carefully removed the aging wooden planks, they noticed something unexpected. Instead of solid earth beneath the building, there was a large opening leading deep underground. Carefully descending into the darkness, they discovered a remarkably well-preserved ice storage chamber. The walls were built from carefully fitted stone blocks. Massive wooden support beams remained surprisingly intact despite sitting underground for more than a century. Engineers from the early 1900s had designed an impressive drainage system that directed melted water away from the stored ice, helping it last much longer during warm weather. The craftsmanship was extraordinary. Despite decades of neglect, the underground chamber looked almost like a perfectly preserved time capsule. Every beam, every stone, and every drainage channel reflected the remarkable engineering skills of a generation that solved problems without modern technology. As excavation continued, fascinating artifacts began appearing from beneath layers of dirt and debris. Old glass bottles emerged one by one. Rusted farming tools lay exactly where they had fallen decades earlier. Horse harnesses, handmade nails, broken ceramic dishes, and metal hardware slowly revealed themselves. Each object offered a small glimpse into daily life more than 100 years ago. Historians believe many of these items accidentally slipped into the storage pit during routine work. Some bottles still carried faded labels from businesses that disappeared generations ago. Others were linked to local farms that no longer exist. Together, these forgotten objects painted an incredibly detailed picture of rural Michigan during the early 20th century. The discovery also reminds us just how different life was before electricity transformed every household. Today, refrigeration is something we rarely think about. We simply open the refrigerator whenever we need fresh food. But 100 years ago, keeping food from spoiling required planning, physical labor, and community cooperation. Every winter, entire communities harvested enormous quantities of ice. Families depended on those frozen blocks lasting throughout the summer. Without enough stored ice, meat spoiled quickly, milk became unsafe to drink, and preserving food became nearly impossible. The ice house wasn't simply another farm building. It was one of the most important structures on the property. Its success determined whether a family could safely store food for months at a time. Historians treasure discoveries like this because they reveal details that written records often fail to capture. Old blueprints may explain how buildings were designed. Historic photographs may show what they looked like. But standing inside an original underground ice chamber offers something completely different. It allows us to experience history almost exactly as the people who built it experienced it. The temperature, the construction techniques, the drainage system, and even the tool marks left behind all help researchers better understand the past. Sometimes history isn't preserved inside famous castles or grand museums. Sometimes it's hidden beneath ordinary buildings that most people walk past without a second thought. The forgotten Michigan ice house stood silently for more than 100 years, protecting its secrets beneath aging floorboards. What appeared to be an abandoned wooden structure turned out to be an extraordinary window into America's past. Its hidden underground chamber reminds us that remarkable stories often survive in the most unexpected places. Every artifact, every stone, and every wooden beam tells the story of people who relied on ingenuity, hard work, and simple engineering to overcome everyday challenges. History isn't always buried beneath ancient ruins or hidden inside royal palaces. Sometimes it's waiting beneath the floor of an old building, patiently waiting for someone curious enough to uncover it. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments.